know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. And I promise you, something great will come of it.
Hello, welcome to our video. So, over 195 countries, we are going to tell you about the immense and the world's largest country, Russia. My name is Mukul Sharma.
Myself, Rutuja Sakharkar.
And I am Rutuja Mandhare. So, I would like to tell you about the political system of Russia. The constitution was adopted by national referendum in December 12 in 1993. The executive power is split between the president and the prime minister, but the president has the important role. The legislature is represented by Federal Assembly of Russia and is divided into two chambers, the state government, which is the upper house, and the judiciary, which is the lower house. The president is the head of the state and, and is elected by the popular votes of the citizens every 6 years for a maximum of 2 consecutive terms. Its working area is in Moscow, Kremlin. The duties of president are to determine the dominant and the foreign policy, to solve the problems between the members of the Russian Federation. The first president of Russia was Boris Eltsine. The government. The government is split into a number of ministers. The government's working area is in Moscow, so-called White House. The government looks after the domestic and the foreign policy. It favors the law. It favors the law and rules the freedom and rules the law and freedom. The parliament looks after the federal laws, the rules of the countries, and also has the right to declare wars. The court is divided into three parts. The lowest one is the general court, the second one is the supreme court, and the third one is the high court. The court gives justice to all the citizens of Russia. Now, I would like to tell you the religion of Russia. In the 10th century, Prince Valdem I, who was adopted by missionaries from Byzantium, adopted Christianity as the official religion of Russia. After 1,000 years, Russian Orthodoxy was considered as the uh, as the uh, as the official religion of Russia. There are many smaller religions as the Old Believers, the Baptists, and the Hungarian peoples and Lutherans. The Russian Orthodoxy consists of half of the people of Russia, and other small religions consist of one fourth of the religion in Russia. The the Hinduism has been spread in Russia primarily due to the social organization of the International Society of Krishna Consequence, which is also called as the ISKCON. Before 1995, the five traditional religions, which was Russian Orthodoxy, the Christianity, the Islam, the Judaism, and the Buddhism, has only the rights of education and power. But from 1995, the rights have been given to all religions, to all smaller and all the traditional religions. The supreme god of Russia is Ra. He is considered as the god of universe and of all other gods. He has created the world and looks after all the dentists. The another supreme god is Swarook. Islam is the second most popular religion in Russia. Now, Sejal, can you please tell me about the fairs of Russia and the national composition of Russia?
Yes, of course, Rutuja. National composition of Russia. Russia is a multi ethnic country. In 2010, Russia made up 111 million of 137.2 million who indicated the national identity. 26.2 million people are the representative of the other nationalities. From 5.6 million people who did not indicate their nationalities. Russia is only the CIS country where the share of the titular nation does not increase. All the people have their own language, own dialect, but they all speak Russian. All of them are Russian, and that is the citizen of Russia, now Poles of Russia. Russia is a country with the old history, rich culture, and the wonderful nature. Russia occupies the sixth part of the planet. Some architectural and the historical monuments in the territory of the Russian Federation are indeed in the list of the included in the list of the objects of the world heritage of the UNESCO are Red Square, Moscow Kremlin, etc. Russia is famous all over the world for its old Russian cities, that so-called Golden Ring. In the Russian Federation, there are over the 100 reserve and the national parks and the great river which are Volga, Ob, Lena, Amur, etc. Russia is the one of the most beautiful country in the world. Petri Monastery is the one of the oldest and the richest in Russia. On the first floor, there was a library with an enormous collection of ancient manuscripts. Donskoy Monastery. The cemetery of the Donskoy Monastery is famous for its splendid decoration of tombstones. Novosibirsk Monastery. The tourists are the mostly struck and attracted by imposing form of the ancient cathedral of the dog transfiguration. The monastery choir is considered to be one of the best all over the Russia. Now Petrovskaya Monastery. It is located Petrovska Street 28. In 1771, during the plague epidemic, the monastery was used as a hospital. Thank you. And now, Rutuja, can you please tell me about the official state holidays and climate?
Yes. So firstly, I am going to say the about official state holidays in Russia. So 1st of Jan is New Year's Day. Late family dinners, sparkling wine, and fireworks at midnight are some of the traditional ways of celebrating New Year's Day in Russia. 7th of Jan is Christmas. Christmas is a quieter and smaller holiday in Russia after the big New Year's celebration. 3rd of Feb, Defender of the Motherland Day. On this day, military units of the Tashkent garrison line up in Independence Square and accept congratulations and rewards from the President and Minister of Defense. 8th of March, International Women's Day. This holiday emerged as a political celebration to symbolize the fight of women from all over the world from their rights, full equality with men, democracy, and peace. 1st of May is Labor Day. 9th of May, Victory Day. Because of massive losses among both military and civilian during Great Patriotic War, Victory Day is still remains as one of the most important and emotional dates in Russia. 12th of June, Russia Day. Russia Day is an occasion for national pride when many people pay tribute to prominent Russians. 4th of November, National Unity Day. In honor of this day, hundreds of various events are held throughout the country, like festivals, concerts, performances, sports, races, etc. Now I am going to tell about the climate in Russia. In Russia, the average temperature in winters is minus 10 degrees Celsius and in summer it is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. During winters, there is plenty of snow and frost, but not everywhere. There are winters and summers. In Moscow and St. Petersburg, snow falls in the late November and lasts till early April. In St. Petersburg, the temperature ranges about 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, and in Moscow, it is 35 to 37 degrees in summer. In South Russia, vast steppe is hot and dry, but it has short winters. In Siberia, the temperature ranges about 20 degrees Celsius and higher in summers, but their winters are very deadly and severe, about minus 50 degrees Celsius. Inland areas in east and are very hot with 40 degrees Celsius. Coastal regions are cooler and wetter. The port of Vladivostok has minus 13 degrees Celsius in January. Oymyakon village in northern eastern Siberia has the lowest recorded temperature in world and it is minus 71.2 degrees Celsius. Now I am going to tell about the climate in Krasnodar. Coldest month is January with lowest temperature of minus 2.2 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is throughout the year. Warmest months in Krasnodar are July and August with an average high temperature of 30.2 degrees Celsius. The most part of Russian territories lies in the temperate climatic zone. Islands of the Arctic Ocean and northern continental areas lie in Arctic and subarctic zones. The Black Sea coast of Caucasus is located in the subtropical zone. The climate is almost everywhere continental with cold winters and hot summers. The coldest point of the northern hemisphere with the minimum temperature in January is minus 68 degrees Celsius. In the south of the Far East, the climate is of temperate monsoon type with average temperature in January from minus 5 degrees Celsius up to 0 degrees Celsius. The greatest amount of precipitation fall in mountains in the Caucasus and Altai up to 2000 mm per year. The most dry area about 150 mm per precipitation per year. Thank you. Now I request Mukul to continue.
Yeah, sure, Rutuja. Now, I will tell you about the nature and the geography and the tourism in Russia. So, before starting, I would like to have a geographical view on the Russia. Russia. Russia is the world's largest country and it covers 17.1 million kilometers. It is about the 11% of the world's land. It's like a, Russia is like a whole planet Pluto. Russia is situated in the eastern part of the Europe and the northern part of Asia. Russia and Russia has a border with 14 countries. Some of them are Ukraine, Belarus, China, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Latvia, Estonia, and etc. Russia has a vast variety of nature and also have a great impact great impact on the world um, great impact in the world in the edges of forest. Russia have Russia has the world's greatest forest in the world. Russia has 885 million hectares of forest. It is about one fourth of the world's forest, and 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 the Russia and and in Russia, the 45% of the land is covered with this forest. The major forest of Russia, as we all know about the Siberian forest. The Siberian forest is the lungs of the planet, and it has 125 million thousand species, which is the uh, which is the most largest species variety in the world. Russia Russia has the numerous rivers like Russia. According to the figures, Russia has 1 lakh rivers 1 lakh river in its territory, and the largest river is Lena River. It is about 1.4 thousand kilometers, and it is situated in the Siberia. Volga River is one of the most beautiful rivers of Russia. It is about 3,530 kilometers, and after the most valuable and the amazing river is in Irthus River. Irtha's river is known because it's flow through the three countries Russia, China, and Kazakhstan. It is just 200 kilometers shorter than the largest river, the Lena River. Now, I will tell you about the mountain ranges of Russia. Russia has the world's beautiful and the largest mountain range. Russia has about 20 mountain ranges. So and it has the eight major mountain ranges. Russia, on an average, according to a survey, Russia has 1,000 mountain peaks, and it is the vast and in its the vast variety of territory. The Elbrus mountain is one of the highest mountain in Russia. It is about 5,642 meters high. Now, I'll tell you about the lakes of the Russia. You can also say the Russia the territory of lakes because Russia has Russia has 1,700 1,700 lakes, and it is about the major lakes of the Russia is 16 main lakes. On an average, according to a survey, mm, the uh, the 8.2 million lakes are still in the sub area. It covers 17 million kilometers of the Russia. Russia has the world's largest freshwater lake, which is known as the Baker Lake. The Baker Lake in the depth is 1,620 meters, and it covers 31,500 kilometers square. Another most famous lake in the Russia is Lodga Lake. It is in depth. It is 17,700 kilometer, and it covered 230 meters square. Now I'll tell about the uh, tourism in Russia. Development in the and first I would like to tell about the development in Russia according to the history. The first tourism organization in St. Petersburg was situated in 1885. They were not surely about the surely situated about the tourism, but after the prioritize in the tourism area, there were in 1995 the Russian tourism club was opened after a great major success in the economy and after the progress with the government. They started they started as the socially focused tourism. Russia has a great view of tourism area. Now, I would like to tell you about some tourist destinations. In Russia, there are many tourist destinations to visit. It is cheapest in the world according to the tourism. Some famous tourist destinations are the State Hermitage Museum, the Moscow Criminal and Red Square, Saint Basil's Cathedral, Winter Palace, the Petershof Cathedral of Catherine Palace, Soviet on the Spillbloods, the Peter and the Paul Forest, and the Niccolo Aresti. There are many tourism places in Russia. So I hope you like our video. Thanks for watching.